Bradford, the city of two halves. Lots of people say negative stuff about the place, but actually I absolutely love Bradford, and it's set to be the UK City of Culture 2025. But we wanted to find out some of the hidden gems that make Bradford the wonderful city that it is. So I've got lots of different people taking me to different parts of Bradford on a secret tour to find Bradford's best hidden gems. First up, we've got food blogger Shannon Palmer, and she's first said to meet her down at Tickles Music Hall. Thought she was having a laugh, but I've looked online and they've got a Vintage Tuesday, so I think we're going to be having a bit of a boogie. So let's go. Right, so Shannon, I'm buzzing to see you, and I'm even more buzzing the fact that you can have a night out at 3 to 5 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Oh,
my kind of night out timings.
You don't even need to get drunk.
Yeah, and so you're Yorkshire's food blogger of the year.
Yeah.
So what's special about Bradford?
Just everything really. I don't live here now, I live in Halifax, but it's just special for me. It's like you can come out on a Tuesday afternoon to Tickles in Bradford and everyone's getting, having the best time, having a drink and just enjoying life. You know what I mean? And there's like so many food places, drink places. The Alhambra, I absolutely love the Alhambra. I do reviewing at the Alhambra. There's just so many places and that people are just down to earth, and what you see is what you get. And there's so much love for you. You can go in there and Lord just treat you like family.
Alright, well let's go and have a boogie.
Oh aye.
How did you start it?
Well, I've actually been doing it for about 9 years. I started it when I worked at another place down the road, and I think I've been in Bradford now about 20 years, maybe just a little over. And I knew them all anyway from working in the bars and doing the karaoke and the DJing. And they just said to me, we don't like coming out on a Saturday night, the older end. We don't feel safe. So I said, all right, leave it with me. So I came up with Vintage Tuesdays, and since then we've rocked it. They feel safe, it's a nice afternoon. As you can see for yourself, it's just full of nice people just enjoying themselves.
And what age groups do you get here?
Do you know, it's quite surprising because when I originally started doing it, we had lots, I would say, the average age was about 60 to 85. But now we get 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds in. I mean, I'm not much younger than some of them as it is. So it's sort of changing a little bit. We changed the music. I'd say we play quite a bit of 60s, 70s, the odd 80s, because they're all mixed ages, so they all enjoy it.
I can imagine it's a good place for a bit of old romance to blossom.
We've had a couple of engagements. Yeah, and the great thing about it is a lot of these people worked together many years ago, or they used to come into town back in the 50s and 60s and hadn't seen each other for years, and they've all met up here. And the younger ones that come actually say that they feel like it's a family, you know.
So we're on a tour of Bradford. Where else do you recommend us going?
That's a hard question. On a Saturday night, you could try the Dubliner, the Irish bar. That has some great acts on as well. I know because I book them. I don't really know, I spend most of my nights out and about with friends and that, but I tend to be in here quite often. I mean, Saturday nights in here is completely different to what it is now. We've got Cy Cranston on, we've got Bad Manners on, we've got the Jewelers. So it's, we look after different age group, but never ever do I encourage teenagers past that. Yeah, so that's it basically.
So Maureen, or is it the Duchess today?
No.
Maureen.
Maureen.
And what brought you to Tickles?
I come every Tuesday. It's amazing. It's for the...
Excuse me, is it anything to do with me being in here?
No!
Is it a nice place to meet
No,
people?
it's a wonderful place to meet people of your own age. They play the music I love, the DJ's amazing, and Royston, who's in charge of it, caters for us, which not many places do. Bradford is so lucky to have them.
And can you tell me about what you're wearing, because you look absolutely fabulous?
Well, I've made my own clothes since my mum bought me a sewing machine when I was 15, and I had a lot of accidents with it, but she tolerated it. So then, after making my own clothes, I started making my own jewellery. And I also, if I go to the races, make my own hats.
And what's been your favourite memory here at Tickles?
Oh my God, well, it's possibly got to be. I had a special birthday last May the 6th. My next birthday, they're having a national holiday because it's on the day of the coronation. So it's got to be that, because my daughter gave me a party here at Tickles, and it was Gatsby's Roaring Twenties, and it was amazing.
So I've been dragged away from Tickles because it's tea time. Yes, we're in the food quarter now, or I'm going to nickname it the food quarter. And actually I'm outside my Lahore, and this is where the king came. So if it's good enough for the king, it's good enough for me. But actually we're off to international, so let's go. Now you might not know, but Bradford is known for its beauty bloggers, its bazaars, so many different shops and delights, as well as makeup artists here in the city. So our first stop is with Shaheen Bridals, who's going to give me a quick makeover and hopefully my hair. And then we're going to head into Bradford city centre to check out some of those bazaars and find some fabulous buys. So I'm definitely a catfish today, as I've now had my makeup done by Shaheen, and it's so relaxing actually. But do you think I'm ready for Bradford city centre now? You are. We headed to some of Bradford's best bazaars, seeing some gorgeous gold jewellery and costume jewellery, to grabbing a snack of sweet corn or even a full meal of divine grub. If you take a look around all these fabulous bazaars, you'll see clothes that are made to measure, as well as ready-made outfits. There's celebratory wear, as well as things to celebrate anything from Mendy parties to weddings and birthdays. As we go round in a bit of a U shape, you can see we've got your jewellery, your food areas, your prayer areas, your clothes areas. There's so much on offer here that you could literally get everything you need all in one space. And I'm just trying not to buy too many things. But look at that bling. I absolutely love this kind of costume jewellery. So this is Manningham Lane, Yorkshire Penny Bank. There's some beautiful architecture, and we're near to Salts Mill as well. And is that the mosque there? Up on the right? Yeah. That's a stunning building. So we've got Alhambra, the Theatre National Media Museum, just on our left. So we're coming into the city centre now. So this is our other bazaar. It's all in one space, as you can see, just on the cusp of the city centre. So we've got Bradford City Hall on our left, the stunning Alhambra ahead of this, where they do lots of pantomimes and shows throughout the year. And then also on our left further up, we've got Bradford Interchange, as well as the Media Museum. So we've just gone past Bradford's newest shopping centre, Broadway, which is full of city life and the hubbub. But then now we've just passed through Centenary Square and seeing views of Alhambra, and we're coming into Sunbridge Wells, which is like a secret retail and leisure outlet inside Bradford's underground tunnels. So let's go and take a look, because there's quite a history to this place. So you can come inside and it's quite hard to believe that there's all this here. Bars and restaurants, even a beauty bar there. It's stunning. Daytime, most places are closed other than the main bar, so we're going to try and find the right tunnel to get there, one way or another. Gonna find your bar. So we nearly got lost, and Shaheen, our first fabulous tour guide, who doesn't like to be on film, we've both now found our next tour guide, which is Gita, Britain's #1 cook, home cook, aren't you?
Well, funny enough, I've just had something updated on my trophy.
Oh, what is that?
Well, I found out that I was not only the winner of the national competition and brought the title home to Bradford, I was the first Asian winner on any UK TV channel and the BBC to win a cooking competition.
Brilliant. Well, what an accolade.
Yeah, I found out from the BBC, so we were all doing our research and we eliminated everything. So that was an added little feather in my cap.
Fabulous. And where do you recommend when it comes to cooking in Bradford?
Cooking or eating?
Both.
Well, cooking at mine. And eating, I would say, so there's so many choices, and as you know, Bradford's been voted the curry capital for the last 5 years. I like the International, I like the Kashmir, which was one of the first restaurants, Indian restaurants, 1954. It depends what mood I'm in. So if I want Formica tables and something dirty and cheap after a film, that's where I'd head. But if I want something more lavish and more banquety, I'd go to some of the bigger names like Akbar's, Mumtaz, Agra's. But there's lots.
And what about if I were to buy some ingredients? I'm not as good a cook as you, but where do you go?
Well, I bring a lot back from India and I grind my own, but there's plenty of choice in Bradford, lots of different Asian supermarkets that will give you the plethora of spices and lots of other cuisines that are attached. I mean, because I've travelled quite a bit, I've been lucky enough to travel to 30 countries. You can get ingredients in England from all over the world. And generally in my bag of goodies, I can knock up Malaysian, Singapore, Indian, whatever really, because we can get the ingredients here.
Well, I think our next stop has to be your house sometime.
Yeah, we did.
Well, let's go inside the only open bar in these tunnels. It's called Waller's Brewery.
Welcome to my city of Bradford, the place where I was born. And Remington's Chemist has got enormous amounts of history. It's been dispensing medicine since 1842, and it's still, well, look at it, it still looks quite period, and it's still running. We've also got one of the oldest running concert halls, I believe, in England, funded by the German Jews. And if you walk around Bradford and look just above eye level, you will see dates and period buildings of the time. So let's look up there. It says Thorpe Building, 1871. At the top of town we have the Blind Institute, and they've all still got the dates on. The fronts may have modernised, but if you look above, you get a lot of historical value and information from the buildings themselves.
And it says your prescriptions preserve our heritage.
Bradford's Heritage Pharmacy since 1842. Inside the Wool Exchange is a lovely bookshop that I love going to, and it's been voted one of the best 15 bookshops and buildings in the world. Come in. Now,
oh, wow.
ready to be wowed. Look at this magnificent architecture. And you see there the Star of David, because we had a lot of German Jewish money into the city.
I love it because you can also...
We do have a Bradford Historical or Civic Historical Society, and they'd be able to give you quite a lot of information about this great city.
This is what I love about Bradford. Over there you've got the Broadway shopping centre, where I've seen YouTuber meet and greets such as Tiana filling the shopping centre with new crowds. But then we've also got the traditional City Vaults pub, and then here's the Wool Exchange, where it just looks fabulous as you go inside. One of the UK's best bookshops, and definitely most beautiful. And you can see signs up for Bradford Lit Fest. So there's such a rich culture of literature, art and heritage here in this fabulous city in Yorkshire.